In Minecraft, there are many types of worlds that you can generate, one of which is Superflat. The question I'm answering in this video is it possible to play a game of Survival Superflat? And if so, how far can you make it? Alrighty, so we're going to be starting off this episode in a randomly generated Superflat world. Now, I did go through a couple different iterations of the world just to get a good setup for this bonus chest, because this bonus chest is going to be very important. So we're going to be killing this slime here. Slimes are a very prevalent issue in Superflat. If you've ever even loaded up a Superflat world, you know that slimes are pretty much the only mob that can spawn. So you get a ton of them. And then, yep, that's the episode. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. You still here? Alright, yeah, let's keep going then. So, we're going to load it up again, except we're putting this in 1.19 instead of previously, I think, 1.8. This is because, if we do this, we can generate all the structures in Superflat. So, mine shafts, strongholds, villages, and ruined portals. If we didn't do this specific system of steps, we probably could not have done, gotten all of the structures, and that wouldn't be good. So now I'm just looting through the village, and there is a way to get mobs like squids, axolotls, and rabbits, but it's a lot more complex, and I'm not going to do that. So we're just going to be taking a time lapse through killing this iron golem. So we get 3 iron here. I would appreciate having 7 iron to start off with. You can't get 7 iron from an iron golem, but the 7 iron would go towards an iron pickaxe, a bucket, and a flint and steel. Also, we'd have to get some gravel for the flint and the flint and steel. So we're gonna have to see how lucky we are. I think gravel is only in the nether that you can get it. So we're gonna have to hope that we find flint and steel at that ruined portal that we just saw over there. That will make us that'll allow us to go to the nether. Having the bucket and the flint and steel, so that we can use the bucket for like water and making another portal with lava from the stronghold. Stick to the end to see the stronghold, because it's absolutely crazy in Superflat. The generation is really weird. So I'm getting some hay for some food, because the salmon and bread and an apple isn't really going to sustain me for very long. Now we're time-lapsing over to the ruined portal. So we're coming over here very quickly, checking out our surroundings. We got 29 hay bales, which we are going to craft into wheat, and then quickly craft into a bunch of bread over a stack, almost a stack and a half of bread. Then we get a nice Aqua Affinity Frost Walker, and I believe that's Fire Aspect. Nope, Curse of Vanishing. Alright, I forgot about that. Yeah, but we get some nice gold gear, which should be useful for piglins. The gold should be useful for bartering with the piglins, and the armor should be useful for making them not hurt us. And the sword is for if they do try to hurt us. So now we're going to run over to to this next village that we see, loot the houses of all the villagers, but before we do that, we're going to quickly go to bed, because it's getting late and mobs spawn a ton in Superflat, and so getting beds early on is very useful. So now we hop over to the tree. Now we did get some wood from the bonus chest, but that is not going to be enough to sustain us. So I'm going through the tree, and we got a little cut there because I start destroying all the leaves to get some saplings, and that's not very interesting for you guys to see. So we time-lapse our way all the way around, and I have my cords up here because strongholds in Superflat, for some reason, there's a bug that they always spawn in the exact same spot. So finishing up our little time-lapse here, we are approaching up to a village. Alright, so we're gonna be attacking this iron golem to get some more iron. I only need 3 now for the bucket, because we got lucky with that flint and steel. So we're gonna be speeding through a time-lapse here. We got lucky with the flint and steel from the ruined portal. We actually got 2 from the ruined portal, which is very useful. We only need 1, though. So we're just going to continue on, make that bucket, and yes. Now we're going to continue on our expedition and explore a little bit more. So now we're going to be heading over to this pillager outpost, which is very, very interesting. You can see the sheer amount of pillagers that there are. This is because the mob cap is not hindered by many animals, because the only really other creatures are the slimes. And if you don't know, the mob cap is a thing that limits the amount of creatures that can spawn in the world. And so with very little creatures spawning, the pillagers can spawn a ton. And so we just raided that farm real quick, and we're going to bed. Continuing on, raiding all these villagers' houses, we get some emeralds from this one, which should be useful when we get into the villager training section, which doesn't happen in this episode, but it will happen in future episodes. Make sure you're subscribed to go and see that. And also see me continue on in the Superflat series. So, we are continuing on. We are going to be leaving the village very, very soon to continue on and find the stronghold. And there we go. The stronghold floating magnificently in the air, because there's no room underground for it to generate, so it just sort of generates above ground, and it looks really weird, especially with all the water falling down from the fountains and stuff. It looks absolutely bonkers. Bonkers! And so we're going to get up to this chest here. We just got some redstone dust, and some iron booties, which we will be using. Most likely we'll be using. Maybe not in the nether, because we need the gold to barter with the piglins, but you know, that's fine. And this is that was a really weird area with the nether portal, because there's not actually another portal there. We're gonna ignore that jump that I made just a bit ago as well. And so after we find and locate the portal room, we can try and figure out a way to get up to there, but first we gotta go to the library. In this library, we get a beautiful enchanted book with piercing, fire aspect, and riptide. And then we go to the other library that is in the same spot, locate the chest, start building up. I don't have enough blocks, so I quickly change my oak logs into oak planks and continue building my way up. And so up here, when we look into the chest, what do we find? In a second. Maybe. Alright, beautiful. So we find 2 enchanting books with respiration and other stuff that I couldn't quite catch. But we got 3 enchanting books now. When we get the enchanting table, that will be very, very useful. And now we head into the very calming music for a very not calming part of this Superflat adventure. After blocking up, or trying to block up this spawner so that we don't get hit by any silverfish, I'm realizing I only have 2.5 hearts. And I haven't set my spawn point in a while, but I'm sure it'll be fine. There's 1 silverfish. They hit me. I almost go into the lava. They take me down a heart. I jump off. I hit the water bucket clutch, and I am saved by a couple pixels. It's absolutely insane. I have to take a second for myself, and then I get out my bed immediately and set my spawn point. That could have been very, very bad for me. Now we're going to be looting the stronghold just a little bit more. I completely failed that jump there, but we're going to ignore that. After looting the stronghold a bit more, we head back into the portal room, and we are going to be creating a portal of our own, not to the end, but to the nether, because this is one of the oldly ways. We get another silverfish jump scare, but I'm running out. I'm going to escape quickly. It falls off the edge, and I'm safe. But as I was saying, the stronghold portal room is one of the very few places in Superflat that you can get lava. So it is very useful and very reliable. It is a very useful and reliable way to make a nether portal, since you always know where it is, and it will always have enough lava for a nether portal. So after doing some calculations, I decided to put the nether portal over here. Calculations really just being like looking for a flat surface on the wall, and trying to approximate how much room I need. So I start grabbing the obsidian, not the obsidian, the lava to create the obsidian to form the nether portal in speed run tactics. So this is looking beautiful, and then I start to notice something. This is a little bit small, and I'm not proud of this, but I have to go check. I have to go check myself and I have to make another portal frame out of wood just to get the dimensions correctly, because I never know what it is. It's 3x2, but I realized I was very wrong, so I have to I have to put it into the floor a little bit more, which is slightly annoying, but not much of an issue for me. And so after creating and lighting my nether portal, bam, look at that, absolutely beautiful, I go into the nether, and we'll see where we spawn, a crimson forest. And that, my friends, is where I end this video. Thank you for subscribing, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!